Do you ever get that feeling when you come across something new and unexpected that perhaps it's best to wait and not react? Me too. A few weeks ago, my Husaberg took me to a place where I questioned what I believed. I had two reactions to what I witnessed, but strangely, neither was compatible with the other. Common wisdom will have you believe as you move through it that life will inevitably, crudely at first, shape some core values, forge and crystallize them into some hard and fast absolute truths, but that eventually experience will blunt the edge and temper your reaction to things. But that's bullshit. See, you can't have an opinion unless you've experienced it. You think you might know how you feel about something, but it's amazing what perspective does to that opinion when you're no longer in your armchair, but you're staring into the eyes of the beast. Hello, I'm off on another quick midweek after work ride to go fishing. But this little adventure is going to take an unexpected turn. It's a lovely day, the sun's out, the berg is fueled, and all is right with the world. As you know, I love seeing wildlife out on my travels, whether bear, cougar, elk, or even the diminutive marten. Who knows, maybe I'll even see some wolf sign, some scat or some prints like I did last year at this time near Mount Arrowsmith when I lost my knife. I've never been a smoker, but I believe in the right of the individual to choose. Just don't ask me to pay for their medical bills. Personal freedoms are important. The right to ride a motorcycle, the right to forage, fish, hunt, and grow your own food if you want, within reason. So when I came across this trapped animal, I rationalized it just as an extension of our personal freedoms. The wilds, the back and the beyond, the rainforests, the bush, or the outback, they allow us to be a little less controlled than in the concrete jungle. There's no one here to police you, and you get to see nature and people in the raw, as they really are. The wolf rules this domain, and you're just another creature passing through it, subject to the same set of laws laid down by Mother Nature as they are. Tech gives us some advantages, but then again, we need them. We're soft, domesticated, and unfit for purpose. Easy pickings out here without a little help from our devices. I move off. I leave the wolf to its fate, comfortable in the knowledge that we can still be wild, free, and practice our basic instincts while exercising our mastery and dominance over even the most apex predator of them all, the wolf. Do you ever get that feeling when you come across something new and unexpected that perhaps it's best to wait and not react? Me too. Hello, I'm off on another quick midweek after work ride to go fishing, but this little adventure is going to take a turn for the worse. I love riding out here in the knowledge I'm immersed in nature, and there's a real thrill in knowing that potentially around any bend there could be an elk, a cougar, a bear, or even a wolf. Let me frame this by saying I come from a land where all but the smallest predators have been wiped out, hunted, exterminated, and erased from the landscape. The countryside there is beautiful, but sterilized. The landscape is now manicured, cultivated, extensively owned, bisected by blacktop, and spotting the largest carnivore requires you simply to go out at night and wait for a badger to plod out of its set. Wonderful, I'm sure, but not quite the same as here. When people move into an area, it's animals that get the boot. Their habitat becomes owned, shrinks, and food sources become depleted. Conflicts naturally arise. If they're a predator, then they're in big trouble. And it's around this corner that my senses tingle and I spot a wolf. First, I'm elated. As some of you know, I've always wanted to see a wolf, but quickly, I'm shocked. The wolf is caught in a leg-hold trap. This can't be legal. It's not humane. Surely, this is a poacher. I carefully approach the wolf and verify what I'm seeing, amazed and stunned at the same time. I pull my phone out and notice that I have one bar. I call a conservation officer, who answers, and I explain what I'm seeing. This can't be legal, I say. He contradicts me and tells me it is. I ask him why on the east coast of Vancouver Island, where wolves are not a problem, seldom seen, and there's plenty of game, that they are being hunted. He has no answer except that he wants my name, my particulars, and my coordinates. I give him that information, and he tells me that he will phone the trapper and get him to the wolf so he can deal with it quickly. I told him it's anxious and has obviously been there for hours. Its nose is dry, it's panting, and Canadians would not be okay with this. He laughs and asks me if there's anything else, sir. Sometime later, while I was 60 kilometers further into the bush, he left a voicemail message saying that the wolf had been harvested and the trapper was indeed licensed. Many hunters I've spoken to value the life they take and respect and love the flora and fauna they hunt. Hunting for food is fine, but culling predators is just an excuse for trophies. They don't need culling. Their populations will be the first to collapse when their habitat and food is depleted. That's nature's check and balance. She doesn't need man to intervene. We've learned that lesson over and over. But leg-hold traps are not sport or valid as a method to acquire food when used within 6 kilometers of a quality food store. They're inhumane. There's something about setting a trap that does not sit well with me, whether it's a police sting, a political entrapment, or luring a victim to their death. Trapping carries the same connotations in most cultures. It's seen as an underhanded, deceptive activity, particularly when the justification is a trophy. I spent an hour with that she-wolf, talking to her. She looked me square in the eye. Her eyes were intelligent, deep and searching, and they possess soul in the way that some dull-eyed politicians could never know. She sensed I meant no harm, and 4 hours later, after she had been harvested, there's a euphemism for you, it was evidence from the prolific scat and the footprints around her that the pack had been all around me while I had been there earlier, yet had never threatened me. Now she sits, glassy-eyed on someone's wall, no soul, just a trophy. I think the world is worse off without her. What about you? What's your take?
Once again, thanks for watching everyone. If this is the first time you've watched, please consider subscribing. I do product reviews, motorcycle reviews, off-road and on-road vlogs, as well as tours. Don't forget to follow me on social media, that's Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and to like, and especially, I'm begging you here folks, subscribe. This is the BlueMarbleRider, out.